The Transport Workers Union has set its sights on the booming gig economy after a survey found most drivers working for food delivery outfits such as Uber Eats are paid below the minimum wage. Tony Sheldon is the National Secretary of the TWU, and he says the union survey was conducted in 2 major cities.
It's 160 drivers, particularly looking at the Sydney and Melbourne markets. And what we've seen is his horrific statistics, injury rates through the roof. Over half the workforce have either been involved directly in an injury or one of their workmates, broken arms, limbs, no compensation from the companies, and of course such little pay that they really are set into destitution. It varies from company to company and operation to operation, but what's consistent across all these companies, and they are not paying minimum award wages. 3 out of 4 drivers are getting paid less than their legal entitlement. But it's more than that. It's not being able to put food on your table. It's actually saying what is now called the new economy, really is the 1800s economy, being brought through to us by app. I think there's a couple of important things here. There's pay rates that need to be rectified and workers' compensation to bring minimum standards that Australians expect and enjoy across the economy to lots of young kids that are really struggling to survive and pay their rent. But also the question of having a voice so that they can actually get those entitlements. You don't have a voice to get to exercise a right unless you actually can stand up and do that. You've got to have a right and you've got to have a voice, and many dozens of drivers will be joining us today. Over 160 drivers have spoken about this in very bravely on an online survey. When these companies are very, very vicious when it comes to people standing up for their rights, very aggressive against these young people about saying they want to have simple things like sick pay, workers' compensation, and just the minimum rates that many people enjoy in other parts of the industry. In actual fact, over 70% of the riders work more than 20 hours a week, 26% work more than 40 hours a week, and some riders work over 80 hours a week. Uber Eats simply are a greedy multinational. They often don't pay tax, they don't pay wages, they don't pay workers' comp, but they pay themselves a hell of a lot of money. I'm very keen to be here fighting for Australian workers' rights, and these workers are the most exploited, and Christine, I'm confident, will do an exceptionally good job in the Senate. She's somebody who's committed to making sure that working people have a voice, and I know in issues like this that it's very heartfelt for her as well, and she's got young kids who could find themselves in the exact same sort of rip-off and wage theft if those rights aren't expressed.